The village sat at the edge of the hills, where sheep grazed lazily on the grass that rolled down like a green carpet, and where the air always carried the scent of pine and earth. It was a quiet place, peaceful and steady, the kind of place where every villager knew each other as name and where daily work followed the rhythm of the seasons. The sheep were the lifeblood of the people, wool for clothing, milk for cheese, meat for the coldest months. Protecting them was no small job, and for that reason the villagers always placed a watchman on the hillside. This time, the duty fell to a boy. He was not very old, just old enough to want to be taken seriously, yet young enough to find his work terribly boring. His name was Elias, and he dreamed of adventure, of excitement, of being noticed. Every morning, he would climb the hill with his shepherd's staff, wave goodbye to the villagers below, and take his place at the edge of the pasture. His flock of sheep scattered across the slope like little clouds, chewing calmly, unaware of the boy's restless thoughts. At first, Elias tried to do his work as he should. He watched the flock, paced back and forth, scanned the tree line for danger. But the days stretched long and quiet, broken only by the occasional bleat of a sheep or the whisper of the wind. His eyes grew heavy, his mind wandered, and soon he felt as if the silence itself was a kind of prison. One afternoon, as he kicked pebbles down the hill, Elias thought to himself, "Why should I be the only one bored while the rest of the village works together? Why should I sit here unseen, unheard?" He remembered how quickly everyone ran when wolves were mentioned, how the elders warned of sharp teeth and glowing eyes. A mischievous smile crept across his face. "Perhaps," he whispered, "I can make this day a little more interesting." He leapt to his feet, cupped his hands around his mouth, and screamed, "Wolf! Wolf! A wolf is attacking the sheep!" The words tore through the quiet like a thunderclap. Down in the village, the people froze. The shepherd's cry had always been sacred, never to be ignored. Dropping their tools, they grabbed sticks, stones, and pitchforks, and rushed up the hill. The blacksmith, the baker, the weaver, the miller, everyone climbed, hearts pounding, ready to face the beast. When they reached Elias, they found no wolf at all, only the boy rolling on the ground, laughing so hard he could barely breathe. The sheep grazed peacefully, utterly unharmed. The villagers stared, breathless and angry. "You foolish boy!" shouted the miller. "Do you know what you've done? We left our work, our homes, to answer your call." "It was just a joke," Elias giggled. "I only wanted to see you run." The blacksmith's face darkened. "Shepherd's cries are no matter for jokes. Do it again, and you'll regret it." With that, the villagers turned back down the hill, muttering. Elias brushed the dust from his clothes and grinned, proud of the stir he had caused. But the next day, the boredom returned, heavier than before. The sheep chewed, the wind whispered, and the boy felt once more like he was forgotten. His prank from yesterday still lingered in his mind, and the memory of the villagers' angry faces only made him laugh more. Perhaps, he thought, I should try again. Surely it will be even funnier the second time. And so, with a wicked grin, he sprang up and shouted louder than before, "Wolf! Wolf! A wolf is among the sheep!" Again, the village erupted in chaos. Mothers dropped their laundry, fathers dropped their tools, children clutched their mothers' skirts as men grabbed whatever they could for weapons. They rushed up the hill, fear and duty pushing them faster. Elias watched them coming and laughed until tears rolled down his cheeks. When they arrived, panting, sweating, weapons raised, the scene was the same as before. No wolf, no danger, only the boy doubled over in laughter. "You insolent child," the weaver snapped. "Do you think this is a game?" "Twice now you've lied to us," said the baker, red-faced. "Do you not know what trust means?" Elias smirked. "Oh, come now. You should have seen yourselves. So serious, so afraid, running for nothing. You must admit it was a little funny." But the villagers did not laugh. Anger burned in their eyes, and disappointment too. "Mark my words," said the blacksmith, his voice like iron. "The day will come when you truly cry wolf, and no one will believe you." They turned and trudged back, leaving Elias alone with his laughter echoing faintly on the hillside. For a while, the boy still chuckled to himself, proud of his clever trick. But as the afternoon stretched and the sun sank, he began to feel the silence again. He told himself he did not care what the villagers thought. He told himself they were humorless and old. Yet a small, uncomfortable feeling gnawed at him, the uneasy sense that their words might come true. And then, one evening, it happened. The sun had dipped low, painting the sky with streaks of orange and red, when the sheep began to stir uneasily. Their bleats grew sharp, panicked. Elias frowned, rising to his feet. His eyes searched the edge of the forest, and his heart froze. From the shadows, a shape emerged, low, lean, silent. Then another, and another. Yellow eyes gleamed, teeth flashed white in the twilight. Wolves, real wolves, their bodies rippling with hunger, their paws silent on the grass. The sheep scattered, bleating wildly. Elias felt terror grip him like ice. He scrambled to the top of a rock, waving his arms, screaming as loud as he could. "Wolf! Wolf! Please! Wolves are here! They're attacking the flock! Help me! Please!" His voice cracked with fear, his words desperate. Down in the village, the people heard his cry. But they looked at one another with tired eyes and shook their heads. "It is the boy again," muttered the baker. "He wants to make fools of us once more." "Let him shout," said the weaver. "We will not be tricked a third time." And so they stayed, busy at their work, ignoring the desperate echo of his voice. On the hill, Elias screamed until his throat burned. He watched helplessly as the wolves lunged, teeth tearing, paws striking. The sheep scattered and fell, the air filled with the sounds of terror and chaos. He wept, begged, shouted again, but no one came. At last, when the wolves had their fill, they slipped back into the shadows, leaving the boy trembling among the broken flock. When the villagers finally climbed the hill at dawn, they found Elias sitting among the scattered remains, his face pale, his eyes hollow with grief. He turned to them, tears streaming. "I called for you," he whispered. "I told the truth this time. Why did you not come?" The blacksmith's face was heavy with sorrow as he answered, "Because you had lied to us before, Elias. Twice you fooled us. We could not know if this time was truth or trickery." The boy lowered his head, shame flooding him more painfully than hunger or thirst ever could. "I understand now," he whispered. "A lie may be small when it is told, but its shadow grows until no one can see the truth behind it. I have lost your trust, and I have lost the flock." The villagers were silent. Some placed gentle hands on his shoulders, for they saw that he had learned his lesson too late. From that day on, Elias never again dared to twist his words into lies, for he knew now the cost of broken trust. And though the flock would one day grow again, and though life in the village returned to its steady rhythm, the tale of the boy who cried wolf was carried across the land. Parents told it to their children, shepherds to their apprentices, elders to the young, so that all would remember. Once trust is broken, it may never be fully mended, and a lie told for fun may one day destroy what you value most.